What's up, everybody? It is I personified here today to show you my accounts class, my roster, and to show you I hit 4,860,000 on the dot with my class here. Now, of course, just to give a heads up, my roster is different from everybody else's. Normally, you know, when you work on the lower units, you'll have them at least, you know, super awakened. But how am I hitting this high, you know, when I don't have most of the units, you know, at least fully awakened? Don't pay attention to that for all of it. So yeah, I'm gonna walk you through, you know, of my class, walk you through it, kind of show you, you know, who do I have UR gear for, and you know what is their level and like who I've worked on the most. So we're gonna start from the top. Normally Jericho would be here, but it's odd that they have my waifus reversed, but I'm not gonna argue about that too much. So of course we're gonna start off with Athena. I do have her built up because I do use her because of her passive. She depletes 2 orbs from ultimate move gauge on enemies at the end of the turn when an ally defeats an enemy during our turn. So that's pretty good to have. You know, stops ult rush. And you know, of course, I was able to get lucky in the collab of the King of Fighters and get her 6/6. So she's been probably my most used unit so far. Then we get into Roxy. The red version, of course, do have her 6/6. And I did build her up as well because I was using the green version a lot more, and I'll show you what level I have her at. But you know, it's pretty good so far. Oh, what I forgot to mention, let me go back. The equipment I have, so I do have her UR gear. I have attack defense, you know, because primarily I like having her in the back. So she's been pretty good so far. And then we got Roxy. I do have her all crit because her stats are pretty good. I mean, crit damage 219%. The crit chance I brought it to 50%. So she does a pretty nice damage with her explosion, this debuff here. So she does nice damage there. And then we head into blue Lilia. Of course, have her 6/6. I do have most of her cosmetics enhanced. I'm still working on one of her weapons and then one of her hair pieces. But of course, for her gear, I have HP defense. And now, of course, on one side I have all pierce rate for her attack, and then for the other one is all attack because of her passive being that, you know, she'll increase the allies' pierce rate by the value of 50% of her pierce rate. So her pierce rate right now is at 88%. So we bring up everybody's 40%, 44%. So it's pretty nice that we have that number there. Then we head into best girl here. Avoid those. Best girl here, of course, have her 6/6, and I gotta say this is easily the most accessible unit. That's pretty strong because she's in the coin shop, so you can easily get her 6/6, and most of her cosmetics are easily attainable through the coin shop, the pop-up shop, and as well as special events. And of course, you know, she was actually the first unit I got all fully cosmetics enhanced because I like using her the most. And she's pretty good. And of course with her, she was first gear I got UR'd completely and all close to the highest mark, you know, 15%. I'm only missing 2, but I'm not gonna change that. Look here, bam, you know, pretty close on getting it all complete. I'm still working on it very slowly. I like using her the most, and I like using her UR gear the most because it's already that high of a stature. So she's pretty good so far. And then we'll head into, of course, AM Melly. I got pretty lucky on his banner, getting him 6/6. I don't really like using the team that often, but you know, I did it just in case. You know, I worked on most of his gear. Kind of waiting on filling up. Kind of waiting to see if he gets more UR cosmetics. I don't want to, like, you know, fill them in yet. And of course his UR gear, which I'll show here. I do have it on Lost Fame, but I have it here. His attack defense, but on the defense, I have crit resistance, just so he doesn't, you know, die pretty easily with his crit when he gets a crit. So we have it at 51%, which is not too bad. It's pretty nice. And not meaning to do that. And then of course we go to the granddaddy, Escanor, the one. Of course got lucky with him as well. Actually, you know what? No. On his banner, I got him 2-6, and then the extra festival coins that I received in his banner, I used it in the coin shop when Festival Merlins came out. So that's how I was able to attain him 6-6. I do have his cosmetics all enhanced. I was waiting for this one to come out when the final boss Escanor came out, I believe. And his gear is also attack defense. And I'm still working on it. It's almost complete. Most of my units I do have attack defense. Now we have Ludicolo. And I do have him 6-6 as well. Got lucky on the banner. I'm still waiting on more UR cosmetics for most of these units, because I don't want to, you know, because, you know, when you're enhancing, you have to waste a complete 60 for SSR to UR, and then a 30 for UR to like fully enhance. Nah, I don't want to deal with that. And I am working on his gear. I'm still debating whether to give him this HP defense. I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to fix it out, but I'll see into it. And then we go into Goddess Liz. I do have her cosmetics all fully enhanced. And that's another reason why I was taking long on the videos. I do have gear for her as well. Same attack defense. I don't really pay too much attention on the other stats too much, because most of it doesn't really help out. So I go attack defense, which primarily works really well. And then we go into Mono. Mono, I have her 6-6, the blue one of course. And she's a pretty good PvE unit, because of course, you know, she increases heroes damage dealt by 30% for each orb in the target's ultimate move gauge. So she's perfectly good in final bosses and as well as special events. So she's one unit you want to look out for. I'm trying to obtaining her. She's pretty good. Now of course I did enhance her cosmetics because she's used as Athena's association for HP boost. So that's why I completely enhanced her cosmetics, just to use Athena more. Don't have any gear for her. I'm still debating on who to give gear next. Of course, next is Easton. Have her 6-6 for her cosmetics as well. Got them all fully enhanced because I like to use her a lot for deathmatch against Red Demon. I do have UR gear for her. I have attack defense, but on her attack, on one of them, I do have crit damage because she does crit. Because her percentage is pretty low, but actually pretty nice. Crit damage is alright. Of course, we do have attack damage there. Pretty one of my useful units. Of course, Zeldris, you know, using them in the AM melee team, and as well as for was it Howlix, use him a lot. I do have his cosmetics all enhanced except for these items, which I'm kind of waiting if they get more UR, or I think I'm missing a UR set. I do have a UR gear for him. I do have all crit. This was actually gonna be for King, but I decided to give it to Zeldris because I do use him quite often in Howlix. So he's a pretty good unit to have. Of course, we have Derriere, which I'm kind of working on with her cosmetics here, because, you know, I use her a lot for the Howlix. I don't have UR gear for her, so I'm kind of waiting on that one. But of course, she is used as well for the Knighthood boss, so the red version is one to go for. Droll here. I mean, I just got his cosmetics, but I don't think I'm gonna enhance him. I think he's fine where he's at. Did get him 6-6 through the part 2 tickets. Then we go to Red Demon Meliotis, or the Demon Meliotises. Do have his gear all UR because I was using him during the collab units of the King of Fighters when they had the 4v4 for the PvP. I was using him a lot. Of course, I already showed you the gear for him, which is attack defense. Lost Vein as well, 6/6. I think through the Goddess Liz banner, that's how I got him. Goddess Cosmetics. And a thing to mention, when you have or when you want to get Lost Vein, the cosmetics that you want to have of course, but have it enhanced first is this one, because this one can go on all Meliotises, even assault mode. So this hero suit, whenever it comes out during, like, I think special events, this is one cosmetic you want to get for all Meliotises. So this is the first one you should try to get and max it out, because you can use it on all Meliotises. So this one's a pretty good cosmetics to use. And then we head into Merlin. Of course, still working on hers. Still debating whether to use this one because of the pierce rate and crit damage, or this one, the pierce rate. Probably I'll keep this one. Still working on hers. I do have your gear because I use her for association for Escanor, or for as you saw in a previous video, for Lilia. I do have your gear, attack defense, of course. Most of my units will have attack defense because it does kind of give you a CC boost. And then we have Gila, of course. She was the second unit to fully UR because I use Jericho a lot, and she's the best association for her. And of course, I do have UR gear for her. I kind of messed up on the attack defense when I wanted it here, but this is perfectly fine. I'm still working on hers just to give Jericho more of a boost when using her for geared PvP. Do have her 6/6. She's the Halloween version. She's pretty good to have. I think out of the Gilas, she gives Jericho the higher CC. I think. I'm not 100% sure. And we have Gother. I do have his cosmetics all enhanced because I use them a lot for the death matches, special events, PvP. You know, he's more of the usable units there is. Nanashi, got lucky in his banner when he came out for the, I think when he came out with Blue Mono, Blue Valenti. He's pretty good at having the back because of his passive, where at the start of the turn he applies a buff to allies with 2 or less skill cards. So he'll increase the max HP, the crit resistance, and crit defense by 20%. And then whoever attacks those characters with those buffs will lose 1 orb per turn. So it's pretty nice to have him in the back to get him. I got lucky in his banner. Got him 6/6. Of course, got all his cosmetics. Omega as well. Got lucky on his banner. Got him 6/6. Mine, not so much. Got her 2/6. So those 3 units, I do have their cosmetics, but not enhanced at all. Red Lilia was actually pretty good and surprised me a lot. Now, I wish I had her 6/6 because she'll do extra damage. And I was kind of building her up, I think more for the King team, but I don't know if I'll continue. Then we have the one that surprised me the most, that can work with actually any team because of his passive being that he increases allies' damage dealt with debuff attack skills by 50%. So of course, normally people have been running him with, running him in the back when running Festival Merlin because of her AoE debuff, which will do a lot of damage. And he's pretty good so far. Festival King, I got lucky having him 6/6. Now for his gear, I do have it all, but I don't know if I'm gonna be using him. He's more for farming now. You don't see a lot of. Actually, I'm not even 100% sure if you could still see like Festival King teams. Of course, we have Sariel. Luckily, got him 6/6. Did work on his cosmetics because I did use him a lot. Waiting for the UR cosmetic set that JP got. Waiting for that one to give it to him because I don't want to waste those extra enhanced items or cosmetic uses. We have Tarmiel 4-6. Do have his cosmetics. None of them enhanced. We got lucky with Aaron because he was a free units, I believe, if I'm remembering. So we were able to get him 6-6. And that got her 6-6. She's more used for Knighthood boss because of this crit resistant decrease. So Knighthood boss, you would want to get her if you're trying to get high points. Camila, one of the most underrated and unused character within the 7 catastrophes. However, since she's unknown, I'm patiently waiting for I think it's Ram from ReZero to come out, so that I can try and using her and see if she can withhold herself. I wish she would have been blue or green because most of red characters kind of get flushed out easily, but who knows. Of course, we have Red Shin, have him 5-6. Didn't enhance any of his cosmetics. The Green Shin, best unit to have when it comes to farming for gold, because if you use Green Shin, Green Hendrickson, and then Green Gother, it's primarily all AoE with them. And then for his passive being that when he has 3 buffs after using 3 cards of his, he ranks up everybody, and then you have Gother rank up everybody with probably his 2 or 3 star depending on what cards you have. So you're pretty much guaranteeing to have 3-star cards within the next following turn. So he's pretty good to have if and when, you know, the 7 catastrophe units come back in a banner. Of course, Green Roxy, I already showed her cosmetics, and we only have her 5-6. The Red Mono 6-6, of course, showed her cosmetics. Red Easton got lucky 6-6. I like using her a lot with the 7 catastrophe team. Green Easton, another 6-6. But Lenti, I got both of them 6-6. You don't see that much of the blue one is more for I think final boss Bond. Yeah, more for final boss Bond because of this detonate card, and then this as well, which prevents orbs. And then of course, you know, since he has buffs, you use this rupture card. So she's more, this blue version is more for final boss Bond. We have the green one that you don't see very often, but I'm still gonna be working on her regardless because I do have defense gear for her that I'm trying to build up. Blue Zeldris, of course, 6-6. Most of these units I'll probably pass through because I don't have them. I don't have their cosmetics enhanced, and I do have them 6-6. So I think going forward, we're just gonna do that, kind of show it off. So Derriere, the blue one, 4-6. The green one 4-6. I have this Gloxinia, which I actually like the way the ult looks, but I only have them 5-6. Patiently waiting for 6-6. Green Monspeed, I have 4-6. The blue version of Melascula, which I don't have the red one at all. I have her 6-6. Galland, the blue one, I don't have the red one at all. 6-6. Green Escanor 6-6. Red Escanor 6-6. Green Lilia 6-6. I forgot to mention for Escanor, I did have his cosmetics enhanced because he's pretty good to have in the long run. And as well for him, which I forgot, this cosmetic suit should be the first UR cosmetic that you enhance, or the most important one. I kind of messed up because because when I was enhancing it, the one Escanor didn't come out yet, so I didn't know if he was gonna have this cosmetics. But as you can see, you can use it on any Escanor, even the one. So this is a cosmetic you want to get first, fully enhanced for the UR. And then we keep going. Red King, I use him When I did use Elizabeth, the regular one, as an association, I finally did get him 6/6, but I don't use him that quite often. Bond, I kind of use him here and there for Red Demon. Do have him 6/6. Green Diane, more for the association for King in was it Grey Demon, and of course did work on her cosmetics just because of that. I'm still debating whether to get this or not, and see if I'll fully work on her. Red Demon, of course. The gray one I got 5/6. Red, the blue one I have 6/6. This blue Arthur easily from the coin shop can get 6/6. Red Arthur as well 6/6. Primarily more used for was it Howlex. So he's one to go for if you want to farm for Howlex. This Elaine is more usable for Red Demon because of her buff alongside Easton. Easton's does attack related stats while Elaine does attack. So it's pretty good to have these two units if she ever comes back because she is a Halloween version. And I kind of hope to get her at least 4/6 to use her more often. Of course, this later as well from the coin shop do have him 6/6. Primarily used more for Knighthood boss because of his decreasing of crit resistance by his crit chance. Alioni more for the back in Grey Demon because of his increase of HP related attack related stats by 10%. So when you're doing that, this blue Merlin I finally got her 6/6, but the problem with hers is that so she increases her attack by 2% for every debuff applied on all enemies. So she worked better with Kyo, but she can also work with Awakened Lilia, which I did make a video on that. Red Merlin have her 6/6. All the Jerichos except for this blue one, which I'm hating so much about, I have her 5/6. The other Jerichos all 6/6 because most of them are from the coin shop, or you'll get multiple copies of them. So it's pretty good to have them, you know, use her coins on her because the passives for them are pretty good. Like this blue one, perfect for Red Demon because it increases the attack related stats. Perfect. The red one, perfect for Howlex because it increases the strength related stats by 10%. So these two units of Jericho, perfect to have within death matches. And then we got Gil Thunder. I build him up just to try him out. This one as well to try out. Red Gold 3, normally you easily could get him 6/6 because you get a free copy when you're a new player. The blue one, been having him 4/6 for a while. Red one 4/6. You don't see the red one that often anymore because no one really runs Pierce. The green version, of course, 6/6. I think you can obtain him in the coin shop when it's on sale. I think. Blue one, you get it from story mode. It's pretty nice. Green Bond, of course, pretty nice to have. The Green Diane, which I actually used for farming before until I decided to use Green Gother for like the boost when using different races. So I have the Dianes there. The Elizabeth, 6/6. I think all of them except for the red version. This Meliotis that you get within the, which you'll easily get within story mode and as well in the coin shop and banners. This Liz is actually pretty good to have in terms of death matches because, well, the thing is that if all allies are HP attribute heroes, so normally for Grey Demon she's good to have, but even if you're doing the other death matches in different, if you're doing extreme and lower of difficulty, she's good to have as you're running all HP units. She ranks up the first turn, so she's pretty good to have if you have Green Gother and any other units. This PvE Green Arthur is pretty good to have because he increases allies damage dealt to enemies by 35%, if all allies are alive, so he's pretty good to have. Then I got lucky with Merlin. I got her 2-6. I do have her cosmetics, but I'm not going to enhance them just yet until I have her completely 6-6. Death Pierce, I messed up in not getting him 6-6. I'm going to kind of skip through most of these. Because I don't use majority of all these. I just kind of brought them up more for reverse stages like Phrygia. I think what's her name, Vivian. I got her up just for reverse stages. Most of these units for reverse stages kind of get them up. This Fraudrin I'm slowly building up because of the reverse stages. You require him only, but you need the green one more than the blue one. But yeah, so most of these units down here are all either 1-6 or even 6-6, but I don't even use them. Like this Greenmore and these two Housers, you don't even see anymore. And the only units I'm missing is the Mark II Valenti, which I didn't really pull on her banner. Or I lucky to get Red Easton than Valenti. And the Stranger Things, I'm still debating whether to pull on their banner or not. I mean, of course, you get a free copy of Jim here. Wing Elaine, I didn't pull on her banner because the King team isn't really used anymore. This human Hellbrum was only used or only attainable in the top 100 of geared PvP, and I prefer not to waste my time trying to strive for that. Of course, Red Melascula I wish I had, which is unfortunate that for the... Actually, I don't even know whether you still need her for that Tower of Trials bond. But yeah, and then Red Gallon I don't have. Wedding Diane hasn't came back for a while. I don't know if she would. And then this Waluigi guy, short stuff, is from the top 100 elite. That's I think going on right now, which I prefer not to strive for. And I just realized my CC changed. Oh, now I know why. Let me revert to what I just did. I think since I changed the UR gear. There you go. Okay. that's the reason why. But yeah, there you have it. A nice tour through, you know, what characters I have UR gear. Actually, let me get a better view for that. I think I'll show it here. So Athena, Roxy, Zeldris, Escanor, Goddess Liz, Easton. Wait, did I show Easton twice? Meliotis, Best Girl Jericho, her friend Gila, Merlin, King, which I forgot to show, and of course Lilia. And then I'm still debating on Ludocios and Savio here, or probably this one Dro or Valenti. But there you have it. It's a tour through my my roster list of 4,860,000 on the dot. You know, the way the gear is set up. But there you have it. If you enjoyed my run through my class, please like and subscribe for more. And until more for PvP classes, PvP showcases. And until next time, Personified is out.